morning friends, welcome to Achiever tutorial. Today we are going to talk about how participants saw the movement. Okay, this part is divided into three subpart. So first we are going to discuss about the part 1. So which movement here we are talking about? Here we are talking about the civil disobedience movement. So first point under the first part is peasant community, that is the Patidar of Gujarat and Jats of Uttar Pradesh, participated in the civil disobedience movement. So as we all know, the many people across the country have participated in the civil disobedience movement, and they have looked at this movement from different angles. So today we are just going to study about the different angles from which the people look at the movement. Okay, so the peasants community, that is the Patidar of Gujarat and the Jats of Uttar Pradesh, participated in the civil disobedience movement. So the people from these two communities, they participated in the civil disobedience movement, and these communities were considered to be rich during that time. Now, why they participated in the civil disobedience movement? Because they revolted. The revolt was against the high revenue which they were unable to pay because of the trade depression. As we all know, during the year 1929 there was a great depression that took over the world, and because of this depression, the most of the exports of the food grains were halted, came to an halt in India, because of which the traders of the Indian traders were not able to earn a good amount of money. And so since they were not able to earn a good amount of money, so they were not able to make the profit. So they were not able to, at the same time, since they were not able to make the profit, they were unable to pay the revenue to the British government. Now, third point under this category is they supported the civil disobedience movement and also forced the reluctant member to participate. So they saw as the civil disobedience movement will help them to reduce the revenue which the British were imposing on them for carrying out the export trade. So they thought that if we support the civil disobedience movement, it will help us in bringing down the revenue. Now, they also forced the members of them from their group itself, that those members were not supporting the movement, they forced those members to participate in the civil disobedience movement. Now, they were disappointed when the movement was called off and didn't participate back in 1932. As we all know that in the year 1931 the civil disobedience movement was called off, and when this movement was again called by the Gandhiji, they didn't participate in the movement back. Why they didn't participate in the movement? Because they thought that because the revenue demand, because when the first time the civil disobedience movement was called off, there was no efforts made in reducing the revenue which they were demanding from the British government. And since when the second movement was called, and they thought that again the revenue problem which they were facing from the British officials or from the British government will not be addressed, so they were disappointed with the first movement, and hence when they didn't participate back in the movement that was again brought into effect in the year 1932. Now, there were also poor peasants who were working on the land, rented land. They were not much interested in this movement against the revenue. Why they weren't interested? Because they were not supposed to pay the revenue to the British government, but one thing was that they were supposed to pay the rent to the landlord who has provided them the land. In exchange of the land, this poor peasant were supposed to pay the rent to the landlords. Now, during that civil disobedience movement, poor people were not interested in lowering the revenue. Wow. But they were interested in reducing the rent, or they wanted the rent to be remitted back to them. Now, this poor peasant who were working on a rented land, they thought that since we are poor, why we should support this movement, because we are not supposed to pay any revenue to the British government. But they did support it because they didn't want to pay the rent to the landlord. Instead, they demanded that this rent should be paid back to them by the landlord, and because of this demand they supported the civil disobedience movement. So every people who ever participated in the civil disobedience movement have their own motto in participating in the movement. Now the Congress didn't supported the no rent movement of the poor peasant, because in the Congress there were many industrialists also, because the Congress had many support of the industrialists, and Congress thought that if we support this no rent movement of the poor peasant, the industrialist will get discouraged, or the landlord who have provided their land on rent to this poor peasant will get discouraged, and they won't provide the support to the civil disobedience movement. So because of this reason, the Congress did supported the no rent movement of the poor peasants. Now, so the second part we are going to discuss now. Second part. Now, here we are going to talk about the business class, how this class support the civil disobedience movement. Now, this business class earned a huge amount of profit during the First World War. So when the First World War was there, they earned a huge amount of profit by supplying their products. Now, they didn't like the restriction imposed on the trade by the Britishers. So when the First World War got over, the Britishers imposed many types of restrictions over the business class. Now, why they didn't writing the restriction? Because this business class people or this businessmen thought that if they will put such types of restrictions over us, how we will be able to earn the profit, or the profit which they would have earned during the First World War will be wiped off completely. Now, they wanted the protection by reducing the import and rupee sterling foreign exchange rate. This rupee sterling foreign exchange rate is nothing but a kind of rate over which the rupee is pegged to the dollar. Now, if this system comes into effect, then it will definitely will reduce the import, because the Indians will be forced to pay in terms of sterling instead of rupees, so which will automatically discourage the import. Now, so they wanted two types of protection against this policies of the Britishers. The two protection were that first they should reduce the import, and the second is rupee sterling foreign exchange rate. The fourth point is they formed the two organizations. So in order to show a revolt against this, they formed two organizations. The first organization was formed in the year 1920, Industrial and Commercial Congress in the year 1920. Then Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry in 1927. Now, this organization was led by Mr. G.D. Birla and Purushottam Das Thakur Das. They supported the civil disobedience movement, but the failure of the Round Table Conference discouraged them to participate back. So similarly, the problems which were faced by the problems which were faced by the rich peasant were also faced by this business class. So when the civil disobedience movement was called off, they got discouraged and thought that they should not participate back. They didn't participate back in the civil disobedience movement, which was again called on in the year 1932. So why they didn't participated in the why they didn't participated in the civil disobedience movement of 1932, in the second civil disobedience movement of 1932? Because they thought that the militant activities will rise if this second civil disobedience movement will cause. Again, they thought that if this civil disobedience movement, if we participate in this civil disobedience movement of the 1932, they thought that it will hamper their business. Why? Because civil disobedience movement demanded to halt the trade, and this business class were surviving only on trade. So they thought that if we participate back, we will be forced to stop the trade, and which will ultimately result in loss of ourselves only. Now, the third point, the third reason why they didn't participate in the civil disobedience movement was the rise of socialism among the young. Socialism means to share equally among the people. They thought that if we support this civil disobedience movement, we forced to share everything we have. We will be forced to share everything, whatever we have in a position, we will be forced to share equally among all the people. So because of these three reasons, the reason that is because of the rise of the militant activity, the disruption to the business, and the rise of socialism among the young, they didn't participate in the civil disobedience movement, which was again called in the year 1932. Now, moving on to the third part of the how participants saw the movement. Now, under the third part, the first point is industrial workers did not participate in the civil disobedience movement except in Nagpur. So the industrial workers which were working in the country, they didn't participate in the civil disobedience movement, but except in the Nagpur, they did participate. Now, X means the workers who were working in the Nagpur region, they did participated in the civil disobedience movement, and in the rest of India, the workers did, the industrial worker didn't participated in the movement. Now, they did supported the movement because they were against the low wages, and so the date is, it should not be date. They did supported the movement because they were against the low wages and the poor working condition. Now, some people did supported the, some industrial workers did supported the movement. Why they supported the movement? Because they thought that they wanted to revolt against the low wages and the poor working condition. Now, some of the workers, we are in the first point we have discussed that some workers didn't participated in the civil disobedience movement except in Nagpur. Now we are in the second point, we are talking about the workers of the Nagpur. Why did they supported the civil disobedience movement? The people of Nagpur, why the industrial workers of Nagpur, why did they support the civil disobedience movement? Because they were fed up with the two problems which they were facing. The first problem is the low wages, and the second problem is the poor working condition. Low wages means if you are working for 15 hours a day, or if you are working for 12 hours a day, obviously you will be expecting 1000 rupees as a wage, but instead of 1000 rupees, if you are going to get 300 rupees, then it is not sufficient for you. So because of this reason, and the second reason is the poor working condition, the condition under which they were working were not very hazardous to the health. So in order to revolt against this, they did supported the civil disobedience movement. Now, strikes were organized by many railway workers and dock workers in the year 1930 and the 1932 respectively. So many people, many workers from railway as well as the dock workers. The dock workers means the dockyard, or we can say the dock workers means the workers who are working in the docks where the railway, where the trains are kept, or we can say that it is a kind of a garage for the trains. So the strikes were held by many railway workers and the dock workers in the year 1930 and the 1932 respectively. Now, in 1930, workers in the tin mines of Chota Nagpur wore Gandhi caps and participated in the movement. So in the year 1930, the workers from the Chota Nagpur who were working in the tin mines, they did supported the movement. And how they did supported the movement? By wearing the Gandhi caps. Now, again here the Congress didn't supported the workers' demand because they thought that the industrialists will not support the movement. So again here the Congress was suspicious. The Congress was suspicious that if we support these workers, obviously the industrialists or the businessmen, we are providing them this job, who are also the part of the civil disobedience movement, will not show or will take their support from the civil disobedience movement, which will again create a problem to lead the movement and get independence for the India. So for today, this much is enough. Thank you for listening to me. Have a nice day. Stay home, stay safe.